Greetings, I'm Liz.
And I...
Wait for it. Waiting for it.
Scandal.
And let's play a game together! Alright, welcome back. We are in the tower, in the realm of the Arcana, in the game of the Arcana, in the episode of the Arcana.
Which is episode 28.
28. Well enough. Good deal.
Yes.
Alright, so lovely to have you here with us. I, Nerd, also played by Liz, am going to,
Finally
actually have an opinion.
Piece.
Have a real opinion. I'm going to contribute. Watch me do this. Gives me pause. What do you mean instead of magic? Why not both? Julian, what if this thing that I've been telling you this whole time since we've known each other about working together, it's actually what we need to do, and we should work together. What do you think about that?
No, that sounds unrealistic. I need to solve my own problems. This is what this is always about. This is all about me.
I know, but your problem is the tower, but my problem is also the tower. So it's not just your problem. Let me put this together for you. It's our problem.
No, you won't be kidding me. It's fine. Huh? Because both isn't an option. Is it?
I mean, we're both here, and those are both apparently our major skills.
And I'm also like,
Yours
why
being...
is it only now coming up as the...
I have always suggested working together, but never with our skills, and we've never treated any of your skills as if being a doctor. On the other hand, the only thing you've done the entire time is deprecate your ability as a doctor and kind of been impulsive and panicky, which is reasonable because your life is in danger and you're trying to commit suicide. However, having moved past all of that, we now can start addressing other things.
Possibly?
Maybe?
Perhaps?
I was a magician learning medicine. I was? Do I know I was a magician learning medicine?
I have no idea. Where did that come from?
Am I just assuming that I was a magician learning medicine? Because I don't remember what kind of... well, I've talked about this. I don't know if I was a medical assistant, if I was a doctor, if I was a nurse, if I was just basically your
I met magical
lab
practitioner, though, working basically medicine, but by way of magic. Like, we don't know what you're talking about here. I
was a magician learning medicine. How do I know that?
I don't know, because as far as I know, we don't know anything.
Am I guessing that? And I just going, you know what I've put together with my very young and new mind? Clearly I am both the things that I have ever been. So I was a magician learning medicine.
That would be interesting.
On the other hand, or is there some sort of experience of you are born a magician? Anyone can learn magic, but you can also be born a magician. So I've always been a magician, but I don't know that about my past. No one's told me that, so I'm still confused.
I'm so lost.
Nothing says a doctor can't learn magic. Have you ever tried it? Your sister picked it up over a breakfast table, like, damn.
We don't know what she did, but she definitely did something. No, really?
You look a little dead inside. Are you going to be okay?
Also, I've never necessarily dealt with what your issues about magic really are, other than going like, I don't understand it, it's weird and it frightens me. And it's like, okay.
And I think Astra was being a bitch until I realized it wasn't him. Damn.
Well, you know. Well, wait, you're not going to try and teach me, are you?
Assuming I know anything about what I'm doing and what might help here, sure, why not?
Me? Learn magic? I don't have that talent!
It's not all about talent. A lot of it's about skill. You actually don't have to have any talent at all to be able to pick up a new skill. You just have to work harder than those who are naturally disposed to it. I believe in you, Julian. How about that?
Cautious optimism? Eyebrow raise?
Anyone can learn magic. Natural talent helps, but it's not required.
Oh, look! You anticipated the writers. Anyway, go ahead.
Yes! Julian shifts from foot to foot, looking uncomfortable. His beautiful heels clack against the floor. Clack, clack. You know, his wooden heels. There we go. I love the sound of him walking around in wooden heels on stone. It's wonderful. All right.
We don't have time for that, does it? Magic requires years of study or something.
Didn't I tell you that your sister learned some magic right over the breakfast table in front of Nadia with Astra's direction, and then she never shared it with you? Or me, what she actually learned, and Astra never mentioned it again? But he said anyone can learn it right there, and she seemed pretty confident, so, you know. Not all of it. We could do something simple in a few minutes. I know so many simple things that only take a couple of minutes. You wouldn't believe the stuff Astra and I did together when I was learning things and I was really bored and my attention span was about 10 seconds long. Besides, we're in the realms of the Arcana. Time flows differently here. It's probably been 6 weeks down there already. We don't even have to worry about any of our problems.
Yeah, we're fine. Everybody's dead. You've lost your body. You've been dissected.
Or it just, you know,
Portia baby
somewhere.
might have saved you.
Whatever. Anyway, the whole world's a different world by now. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, maybe, but...
His voice wavers uncertainly.
My idea of masculinity is being challenged, though. If I don't do it myself and I don't work hard for it in a way that I only immediately comprehend or understand, I don't want to deal with it, which is actually not just, an idea of masculinity. It's actually a very strong problem a lot of people deal with.
It's a very strong Western ideal as well of going, if you didn't work hard to earn something, you don't deserve it. And the only way you deserve what you have is that you worked super hard for it. And there's this glorification specifically of hard work, but I can work 60 hours for it, but I did spend 30 years of my life for it, but I earned my retirement with 40 years of work. That's how I deserve it, because I worked so hard for it. And going, you don't have to work hard for every good thing in your life. You can just allow yourself to have good things.
And good things really can just belong to you. You do not have to justify having them.
You don't have to earn them. You don't have to explain them. You don't have to excuse them. You can be like, you know what? This thing about my life is super freaking cool, and I never worked for it. And that doesn't mean I don't deserve it. It just means, hey, I've got it. How cool is that?
It could also be potentially a thing of going, hey, I have this thing, and a recognition that you have this thing that you never necessarily worked for, and going, maybe I'm also underutilizing it because I've never really thought about it.
As being something valuable.
Right?
In the same way that a lot of us, if we think something's really valuable, but we have low self-worth, we will tend to say we don't deserve the thing that we ourselves think is valuable.
Right.
It might not even be culturally valuable. It might not even be valuable outside of your own mind necessarily, even if you perceive it is. But you'll stop yourself from having it just because you think it's too valuable for the likes of you.
Honestly, that's really true, and it's really frustrating actually to kind of watch people do that to themselves. And
watch
even
yourself do it to yourself?
Yeah, just being like, gosh, you're good at this. You know you are. Why are you dragging yourself down? Being like, because if I don't, I'm afraid someone else might hurt me, which is a terrible culture also in some ways to grow up with.
Or going, if I didn't earn it, I might not get to keep it. If I didn't work hard for this body, then maybe it'll just go away.
Right? Mm-hmm. Well, and it's all inevitably going to go away anyway. No matter what I do, it's all going to be gone and lost.
But if I work hard for it, I can at least hang on to it longer because of the glorification of hard work.
Ugh.
His voice wavers uncertainly, then trails off into silence. We can do this together. It's okay, you don't have to. I'm going to say we can do this together. I've been trying to make us work together and him be part of a team instead of a loner this whole time.
Oh my God.
We can do this together. We can do this together. Do you want to be with me or not? You keep waffling at a relationship and connection. If you want to be a part of something, Julian, you've got to work with me.
But comfort zone!
And you know what? Stepping out into something new can really get you outside of your comfort zone, even if you're very attracted to that something. The tower is a symbol of disaster and upheaval, but it can also mean change and rethinking old beliefs. You are stuck in a loop, and we're going to get you out of it.
Let's do it.
I might be as well, but probably less so, because I only have about 2.5 years of baggage behind me.
Will you please stop saying that? I swear! I just want to leap out this window and see how fast I can make myself go.
Why does it bother you so bad? I finally remember who I am and where I came from, as far as my current life allows, and you don't seem to like it at all.
You know, I just feel bad for an entirely different reason.
The more I think about it, the more sure I am that I'm on the right track. Come on, work with me. We can do this together. I will be innocent and warm and fluffy.
To get you to not mention that. How about that? Let's just do that. Sounds great. Well, would have thought I'd be so nervous about learning something.
Do you like to learn something? You look like you're about to bite me. Like, in a grumpy way. Like, I would
honestly, his little weird side smile sometimes confuses me. I'm like, is it friendly? Is it sort of like sneering?
Like, that looks like a sneer or a grimace to me. Like one of those...
Especially with, like, his brows pulled in. Like, most of the time he's like... You're like, are you smiling? I don't eat, nerd. I trust you.
You trust I won't splinch you? Or disapparate you accidentally? Just ignore those words. We're fine.
What does that mean? Let's give it a go! I'm gonna die!
It's okay, I won't use a wand on you.
A what? Is that like a sex toy?
I sink down to the platform. A what toy?
Nothing! Keep sinking onto the platform, please, dear God! It goes to 9 3/4! 9 3/4!
Sitting cross-legged and motioning for him to sit facing me. It's a good thing it's a big platform and both of us will fit because you got some long legs. I'm going to put you more against the stairs side and then I'll sit out here so you don't like freak out and flinch yourself off the edge. Okay? Okay, we got this. I remember the way Astra taught me about magic. The visualization, the breathing exercises, the theory.
Oh my God, now we have this?
Since when do we have all of this?
Ah, thought my life was over.
We're not very invested in magic. He's taught me all these things, but it's not really what I've cared about, even though I've continued doing it. It's okay. All right. But I don't think anything so abstract would work for Julian. We've got to be more practical. You're very hands-on. That's why you like leeches. They're a physical thing. They're not like a strange antibody or something.
I apply that thing and it goes...
You probably like stitches a lot, too. They're very clear and straightforward. Sutures.
Maybe. I know how to interact with that. Yeah, I could clean it. I could pour alcohol in it.
I searched my memory for a
Use
simple
herbs?
exercise. So you're saying your bedside manner is crap because you don't understand intangible things, but you're really good with the technical side of medicine.
Which is very weird considering that I'm a theatrical slop and I love it. Like,
Yeah.
I am a piece de resistance, like, out the window. I love it when people look at me and think I'm fabulous and hilarious. Like, I am very much into people thinking that, you know, I'm good at this. I like acting.
Yeah, but you also have this
That's
experience of, how can I say, not connecting with other people. You're performing in a void by yourself.
Yeah, I like that.
Right, so that gives you a poor bedside manner, where even if they're entertained by you, they don't feel connected to you or supported by you.
Oh.
Have you ever thought about that?
What's a bedside manner?
We'll talk about that later, when
when it comes up in the next 300 years, I'm
Or
sure.
when you tell me maybe what I was doing in your clinic at some point. Because I won't remember, but I can maybe draw some, inspiration from it, because it'll be a memory you have, and then I can interpret it as whether or not I had bedside manner.
And please keep to the truth instead of exaggerating.
Yeah, if you could not exaggerate me, that'd be the most helpful. All right. I searched my memory for a simple exercise, something concrete we can do together. Something I did when I was extremely young, and I barely grasped anything, and it was fun and simple. Do you have something to write with? You shouldn't, because you're wearing a costume, and we just took a bath recently. But
And
let me
we're
ask,
dead, then we're not bodies.
and we don't have bodies. But maybe if you think you have something to write with, you will, because that's how this realm will work.
Right. Darling, I always have writing tools. Never know, and I might need to take notes. Since when?
So, really? All the time?
All these chapters you
Forever?
finally have...
Didn't you ruin them when you jumped in to save me from the eels? Or are they like...
No, there's a different costume. So I went and I got more in the 2 seconds that we went to change clothes.
You sure you didn't remove them from your other set of clothes and then put them into this set of
Also,
clothes?
you seem to think that I don't use charcoal. You can use charcoal underwater, just so you know.
I was just thinking your parchment.
I mean, it's not charcoal, it's lead. Shit, it's lead.
It is lead.
It's lead,
And
not
graphite.
charcoal. Yeah, it's lead and graphite. So, to ignore my voice actor is an idiot. It's lead and graphite. So, if you ever see anybody like go under the ocean and they're in the
writing?
submarines and they're writing with lead and graphite. That's what they're using.
Usually. There's also grease pencils that work.
Yeah, it's really fascinating, actually.
But I was thinking your paper might have gotten ruined.
Yeah, but I write on things like a madman, you know.
Oh, like on walls and such. Like you did in
Yeah.
your cell office.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do a lot of that. I'm very
And on
fond
other
of
people's
that.
books.
Shit, don't mention that.
Okay.
Acer's gonna come out of nowhere and dig me
Alright.
into the next dimension.
Digging through his pockets, he fishes out a leather-wrapped writing kit with parchment and quill. Now, I don't know. Parchment doesn't actually suffer from water damage, does it? I'm
Yeah, I
trying to
mean,
remember.
parchment does. Parchment is like
It's
leaf.
plant fiber?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what parchment.
It's vellum that doesn't, right?
I swear to God, vellum does too.
There's one of them that doesn't. I'm trying to remember which one it is. Anyway.
God, I can't remember either.
Okay, we're going to draw a magic circle together and make a little flame. I trace each shape and symbol on the parchment as I explain. Julian follows my finger with his quill. You're going to do this. Good. You're going to do this. Excellent. And then you're going to do this. No, that one needs to have a cross through the middle. Okay, start over.
Alright.
And this symbol is for action. It's what makes the whole circle work.
So if there's no action symbol, this is just fancy decoration.
You could wear it as a belt or on a scarf.
Makes me think that I've seen a lot of those. Hang on, if I have a way more magic around in my life than I ever wanted to acknowledge.
I think a lot of people think a lot of the symbols are just pretty, sort of like the astrological signs, and they just don't realize they mean something. As long as you don't put them together in the wrong order, or the right order, with any intention, you're usually fine.
Oh damn, I should really not let Brandon Sanderson get a hold of this, because otherwise he might do the arithmetist all over again, and then we'll really be in deep water. Okay, so...
Honestly, I am waiting for the sequel to The Arithmetist, even if I know it's going to happen in a different part of the country with different characters.
I know.
It was
Okay, so
such a good book.
we're talking about, so if you guys have never read it, I immediately encourage you to go and get it from your library, or go get an audiobook to go listen to it, which you can also, if you're in the US, you can actually go get a free audiobook through an app called Overdrive.
Or
as long
through
as you have basically
library
a
card.
functioning library card. Now, you can borrow somebody else's because they're never going to check, but you really can't. Just go get this book. It's so much fun. It's called The Arithmetist.
Now, it is a, like, teen fiction, basically, direction. It is high, sort of like soft fantasy alternate timeline, basically,
Right.
where there's an alternate history, sort of USA. And then there's these really cool, like, some steampunk elements to it, with, like, spring railways and such. But mostly it happens in a university where they talk about arithmetists, who are basically chalk magicians, and it's pretty cool.
Where they use basically...
Okay, so they're like, not mathematics. What's the higher level of, like...
Algebra?
They do... Yeah, like...
Physics, algebraics, calculus...
what's the ones with the shapes?
Oh, geometry?
The geometries. They're magical geometrists. Yep. Geometry magicians.
Yep, that's what
they are. They're chalk geometry magicians.
It
It's
would
super
be
cool.
fun, but God, it's
so much fun. It's really
Holy
cool.
cow, we've read it multiple times, and it's always been a good read. Honestly, it's one of my favorite ones by him, because there's also, like, he doesn't push any romance, which is great fun to actually have in the book.
And he has a couple of subverted, like, stereotypes that make the characters so rich and complex. They're beautiful, including one where you go, that's a standard stereotype character, and then you see them later and go, oh my God, they were just acting human in that moment, and that makes so much sense.
And you go, damn.
And now they're cool as hell.
Right?
Anyway, so, exactly. Put your hands here and here.
Quick! We're going to be performing a spell only for an arm and a leg.
I gently
And your
take his
whole
gloves
body.
off, and I grab his hands, and I put them in the right places on either side of the circle.
Yep, we're doing Full Metal Alchemist. It's
fine.
Like this.
I took your gloves off, but the artists aren't listening. It's okay. Like that. Now focus on the action symbol in the center and think about fire. The action you're taking is creating fire.
What about fire?
Anything and everything you know about fire. How does it feel to you? What's it like? What's your best memory of fire? Think about the sight of it, the heat, smell of the smoke. I can feel a tingle of magic building in his hands, but it's not strong enough. And think of something you want to burn. A tiny flame ignites at the center of the circle, flickering weakly in the still air. Julian's jaw drops in shock, and the flame gutters briefly.
Nerd, am I doing that?
Yeah, I'm super proud of you. Good job. A fierce pride blooms in my chest. I taught him a thing!
Yay! I paid attention!
I actually remembered my lessons, yay.
Yay!
You are. What were you thinking of?
I can't, Lucio.
So you're not all built on passion and romantic enthusiasm. You really are more complex than that. And you have vengeance, and you have intensity, and you also... You know what? That's pretty good, honestly, but bodies don't burn that well. Let's try something else.
How do you know that?
Huh?
Oh God!
I really
never wanted Wet Dead before. I just wanted this plague to be over.
Do I know that?
Bodies actually are not easy to burn.
Unless they're super dried out. Honestly, in my death and dying class in college, we had a mortician come and talk to us. It was a super cool interview where he talked about the whole embalming process. He also dispelled some of the fears that people have of, being autopsied alive, etc., etc. Like, he was really nice. One of the warmest, friendliest people that I've ever seen present. Like, I didn't really get to meet him, but just his presentation was wonderful. And he covered a lot of those things.
He was very personable in a very short period of time.
Yes. And anyways, and he was also, again, he was very organized with his speech. He didn't repeat himself or go back on things. Like, he was very prepared, and I respect that in people.
Right.
When he shows up going, I respect your time, so I've taken my time to be well prepared when I arrive here. That is something that will get me more respect for a person every single time, going, you planned before you came here, and you spent your time to respect my time. Done. Anyway, so he talked about how burning a body, you need a special kind of oven for cremation because of how much heat it takes to ignite all the liquid and water content of a body. And so that you really have this incredibly hot oven that gets up to get everything to burn and melt down. I don't remember the exact temperature, so don't quote me on that. You can look it up. But like, cremation ovens are very specific. Bodies don't burn easily.
Yep, and there's also the fact too that as much as even you're burning flesh, how hard that takes, it's even harder to burn bones. Most of the time, even in the cremation process, what tends to be left over is not just ash, but you do also tend to have pieces of bone.
I say, and that depends on, and everybody develops their own sort of recipe for cremation, if you will,
right,
based on their tools and stuff, for what gets the best result for breaking everything down to ash.
Right. I mean, I never really wanted to be dead before. I just wanted the plague to be over.
So what if you were burning the plague?
That's better. Except the thing is that I've pointed out at this point, it's not the plague. He's not really the plague. Apparently I've said that it's the bugs. And where the hell that came from, I still haven't really explained, and I'm hoping eventually I will explain to myself what the crap I'm talking about.
I mean, the hangman said he was the source of the plague, so if the bugs are the source of the plague, either what you guys divined in the dungeon or in your own research about it being the bugs was wrong, or he really is a walking golem of bugs like Oogie Boogie.
That is still really damn horrifying.
Yeah.
And gross.
I should find that more creepy, but I haven't had a lot of experience, so it's okay.
Alright, everybody, who's ready to kiss a bug? 'Cause it's not me. But now he put you in danger, stole your body, made Pasha cry.
Oh, this is a shit list of like, these are all
I'm gonna hit you for this and this and this and...
The flame burns higher and brighter with each word.
And lack of punctuation.
How does he manage not to gesture while he's saying all this? He's like, I followed your instructions. You lifted my hands and you put them here, and I respect you so hard that I will not move them while I scream the horrified thing. I'm so angry!
Ah! Yeah, and it's just, okay, you're gonna lose your arm from that, and maybe your leg, and maybe my whole body again. Can we not? Thank you.
I admire the fact that you're so dedicated to keep your hands there because I put them there. It's very cute. Okay, you can take your hands away now. As soon as he does, the flame extinguishes, leaving behind a tiny scorch mark on the paper.
I haven't even noticed!
Burning! His eyebrows are slightly singed, but it's okay. His forelock that hides his eyes so well is definitely blasted back off his head.
I smell burning hair.
And the ends are singed.
He's like,
wow, good job. You have some pent-up enthusiasm in you.
hey.
You maybe really should connect with more people. It's really good for you. All right. He looks up at me, his gaze bright with adoration, then cups my face in his hands and kisses me. I'm so armed! No! Hi, hello? Hi.
Greetings. Of all the things I thought I could do, like, did you ask very many magicians, though? Did you ever ask Astra? Did you ever... Like, what kind of, like, ex was Astra? Astra must have really been a dick to you.
Or just be like, I'm not interested in your discipline in the same way I'm not interested in what nerd does for a living. I'm just hot for you. And by that I mean, I just want to hang out. And by that I mean, your hair is the only hair I've ever seen that's better than my hair. Damn. Astra, that's hot.
Yes?
Of all the things I thought I could do, you have demonstrated that you don't usually think of a whole lot of things in reference to stuff. Just saying that you thought for 3 years that there was no possibility except for that you killed him, and now that someone else could have killed him. So I'm sorry that you don't think of a lot of things that you could do, because you can do a lot of things.
It's fine, I'm just gonna... I never thought I'd be capable of magic!
He's so charmed, I love it. Just gently dust the ash off of his hair, it's fine.
Oh shit. Is it burned?
It's fine,
It smells terrible.
It does, burning hair is terrible. We'll just comb it out, it'll be fine.
Oh,
I promise. Your eyebrows are gonna take a little while to, you know...
Restore
their lush
former glory. No, my
You're
eyebrows.
capable of a lot, Julian. That was really well done. And in fact, you have no idea what you're capable of.
You're a firebender now.
You've tried very little with yourself. Julian, you're a wizard.
I'm a what?
You're a wizard.
I'm a what?
Flushing with pleasure, he beams at me. I am super charmed.
See, I guess this makes me a bona fide magician, doesn't it?
Are you saying that you are already equal to my skills?
I mean, I don't really know what your skill level is. You seem to use spells pretty intermittently and really without thought, even though you keep saying you're not very good at it. So I'm a little confused.
It's true. Also, frequently without explanation and with a total denial of knowing how to do it ever before.
And also not needing a circle and not needing anything. No mentions of I need to have a pattern in my mind and think about drawing each part of the thing. Or...
I have this glove with an alchemical, you know.
And I just snap my fingers whenever I need it. And Roy Mustang comes banging down the door going, "Teddy skirts!"
I can't believe you can do it without a circle. It's fine. I also do wandless magic.
Oh my god, maybe that's why we're so good at it, because secretly we really did, because we died and we came back, we really are goddamn Edward Ulrich.
We're Alaric.
Because we've seen, whatever the gate we've crossed over. So now we come back with the magic.
With knowledge, it's fine. Anyway, if you don't know all these references, they're from Full Metal Alchemist, the anime. And I don't know if I can recommend it one way or the other, because there's things that are really good about it, and things that are super dark about it, and things that are deeply creepy about it, and things that are really powerful about it. And friendship is go, and you will cry your eyes out, most likely, if you can emotionally invest. So all of that.
And also, again, if you watch the original Full Metal Alchemist, it went off into a complete other pit of, so it caught up, I think, originally to the manga, and it just it did its own ending, and then they decided some time ago to go, you know what, we're just going to redo the entire ending and start all over.
We'll do Brotherhood, and we'll do the whole thing again, and do the real canon ending this time.
And we'll do the real canon. You're like, and then all the weird interlude episodes are strange, because they're trying to go, yep, you already know what this is, so we're kind of cutting it short. And you're like, this is really weird. I bet we can get up to all sorts of mischief together. Or maybe all kinds of fun.
If we're not hurting people, that might be great.
Oy.
Like, you're not talking about, magical bar fights, are you?
Well,
you seem to have a real penchant for just, aggressive masculine violence when you're feeling excitable.
Oh.
Like, you're always trying to prove something.
I was about to say, I think I just tend to, lash out in a way to sort of assert myself, because I feel really socially awkward most of the time. Which is why I tell really exaggerated stories, because I'm sort of concerned about being vulnerable and open and honest, and the only way I can really do that is basically by being very hypersexual, which isn't bad.
Or hyperviolent.
That kind of seems my modus operandi.
So I think if I had to sort of try and contribute something to you, other than teamwork, I think I'd really like to tell you that you just have worth all on your own, and that even if certain people aren't always impressed by you, you're still interesting and you're good. I'll work on that.
I will try to acknowledge that every single day of my life, and I will probably forget in the next 5 minutes, but, you tried. Maybe you could show me!
Yes!
Maybe you could show me.
Maybe I could show you that people have inherent worth, and it doesn't matter if they're liked by everyone or impressive. Or if they're doing something like a functional service activity. You seem to want to do service a lot when you're panicking as well. I'm not valuable, let me serve you!
Hey.
He leans a little closer, the curve of his mouth inviting me to take him up on his challenge. So we're gonna do magic together? I'll show you something fun. I'll show you later. I don't feel like I would do the I'll show you something fun, because I want to teach him something, not just show him something. So if the I'll show you something fun actually teaches him something, and is actually useful knowledge that I somehow have...
I feel like you're just going to be making out in the tower. That's it. And we're going to be using magic play to do it. This is not...
Do you really think that's what's going to happen?
Oh, did you not figure out the tone of that entire little, the thing I was going, you could show me that? That's exactly what's going on.
Nerd's oblivious to these things, and so I'm just going to skip this.
You mean you are?
One.
I know, I'm like, character-wise for me, I'm like, it's fun and it's interesting, but I'm like, you're still on a mission?
Okay, I was going to say, we're still having... The game has informed us that 1, we're on a mission. 2, we have a limited time frame. 3, we've lost our bodies, and it's really important that we get them back. So I don't really want to waste time. Teaching him magic so we could do something useful is great, but showing him something fun seems like we're disrespecting the priorities that my master Astra has given me, and that the game at large as a player has told us are important. So that premium choice sounds like a ridiculous choice if I want to be a responsible person, instead of going, hey, what kind of stuff did you write in the story? So I'm going to skip it.
Yeah, I don't care.
I'll show you later. I'll show you later, once we get out of here. When, because if I want you to be a responsible person and actually respect our goals and the fact that we've lost our bodies and we might both be in danger of death, if I want to teach you that your life is important and that life is important in general, I can't fool around with you right now.
It's also the thing of going, I need to respect your existence and go, I've already lost my body. You don't need to join me in that right now.
Exactly.
Right now, you're the one who's still got a body threat, hanging.
Yeah, and the fact is that you may, if Pasha doesn't succeed and can't remember or figure out how to work the elevator, we're toast.
Pretty much. That's
unless she actually goes, Nadia, I know you know about the dungeon because obviously you have no trouble with any of this because clearly the trial proved that you was not surprised by anything. Can you get me down there? Because I don't know how to use the elevator.
It's fine.
And Nadia goes, no, I always had someone else work the elevator for me. I'm far too important for levers and buttons and handles.
And also, by the way, I just can't get into it because, according to the rules, I just haven't killed enough people yet.
Right? So I can't even unlock it.
I don't know.
Well, bring one of your damn courtiers with you. We know they can do it. All right, once we get out of here.
Oh, well, I'll be on my best behavior till then, nerd. Okay. Because, he's checking it twice. You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out.
I'll hold you to that. If I told you you had a nice body,
Would you hold it against me?
I might.
Then hold me any way you like.
That's so cute. Yes, well done. Yeah. Hi. Watch out, I might. He laughs as I elbow him, though I am unable to repress my own smile. Julian tucks away his writing kit, and we climb to our feet.
But, well, I'm guessing we don't get out of here just by making a little flame.
No, now's when we learn to actually work together, now that you've got the idea.
Oh, I thought it was going to be something like, do we need to, like, bend over and sit? Never mind.
What?
Nothing.
Huh?
Nothing. What do I do?
I see. I think he still might not be comfortable with anything too abstract. But if I'm right about the tower, even the act of trying magic will be enough. It should shift things. I'm going to guide the magic for both of us. Just follow my lead. So now we're moving into Aberrat territory, and Malingo is building the glyph, and Candy's like, hey, can Sue cook in this kitchen? And comes in behind him and repeats and does everything he says and doubles the magic. I love it.
Nice.
Also love that book. Aberrat, really awesome. One of my favorites personally. It's by Clive Barker, just in case anyone's looking for it.
Just in case you're wondering, yep.
Also, it's not
It's a
horror
whole
the way a
series.
lot of his stuff is, because it is for teens. So it is a little dark, if you know Clive Barker is a horror genius, as most people do. But it's not horrifying in the same way, because it is written for a younger audience.
So if any of you guys know the Hellraiser series, that's the
Clive Barker.
same dude, just so you know.
And of his books, while I love The Aberrat dearly, I feel like as far as like execution of storytelling, The Thief of Always is masterfully done. It is in there with my favorite books ever written for of how well and cleanly it's written and how clearly it executes its concept while being accessible to the audience it's directed at.
Nice.
My priorities, people.
Good nerd. The stage is yours. I will concede on the bow and sort of pat myself on the corner and sit here on the windowsill and look amazing.
You're gently going to push more bricks off the windowsill with your high knee as you bow over.
And the tower is going to get its cute little googly eyes and go, you bitch! Stop messing me up!
Now my landing is full of my windowsill. Do you know what kind of anatomical discomfort that is? Ow!
Ow!
Ow! I take his hand in mine, forming a ring with our arms. Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies, ashes. Oh, it's a plague that you're worried about. This might be a bad song.
Except, you know, the thing is they actually prove that has nothing to do with the plague.
Oh, really?
They have gone back and they have said, okay, it really doesn't have anything to do with it. It's just
That's
one of those urban legends.
Oh, well, excellent. Then it's okay. I chose the right song. It's fine.
Hey!
Culturally, you'll think of the plague, but it's not actually associated with the plague, so ha! All right. Forming a ring with our arms.
It doesn't mean, though, that it hasn't now become, associated with it, but,
It's okay. It's that mystical urban legend history that everyone loves so much.
Oh, I love it.
I reach for my magic. It courses up through my body and down into our joined hands. Shove my magic into him. Whoosh. I gently let it flow between our hands.
Oh, that's not arousing at all.
Wait, shoving isn't arousing or gentle?
Shut up! Keep reading!
Julian startles, his eyes wide with surprise, wonder, and maybe even a little fear. Good thing I took your gloves off so our hands could touch, or this would be really weird.
It's just a little touch.
I squeeze his hands reassuringly, and he relaxes. Within him, his magic answers mine, readily and unselfishly, placing its power at my command. You are really willing to work with me. You're really good at teamwork when you trust someone. Why do you trust me that much?
I trust my sister.
I know, you said you trust me, but that's really cool. I guide our combined energies into the space between us. No, I believe you. I'm impressed at how complete it is. Someone can trust someone without it being a very deep trust.
It's true, and honestly, you'd have to put in the question basically based off of all my other actions, how much I actually trust you. Because I don't ask you a lot of questions or for a lot of advice.
Or involve me very much, yeah.
Yeah, I wait basically until you kind of come after me like a dumbass.
I think you really like me. Like, it empowers you if I'm passive for the most part and you feel like you're caretaking for me. And then when I take action, you get uneasy and worry about your value. But it's nice that you trust me because I have been there and been present and not interrupted you. Well done. I guide our combined energies into the space between us, contained by the circle of our arms.
Am I? Are we doing this?
Hold on to your butt, Julian. We are creating something together right now.
Down at the bottom. Scream!
With Julian there, our combined power is stronger than I could ever manage on my own, especially since I don't flex my magical muscles very often, and working out really does make you stronger.
It's true.
Around us, the tower trembles. The whole realm seems to be holding its breath.
Ready when you are, nerd.
All right. With a final effort, I let go of Julian's hands, breaking the circle. Magic lashes out at the walls, the sheer power of it nearly knocking me over and off the ledge and into oblivion to come falling down on the top of the tower into Julian's arms. Pop!
Into oblivion forever and ever and ever.
Until he reaches out and grabs me and falls off too and continues falling with me.
Well, I guess he's alive now.
And then we turn into spy kids just going, man, how deep is this chasm anyways? Ha! Before such an onslaught, the forces holding the tower together shudder briefly, then fail. Julian lunges for me, grabbing my hands tightly as the tower crumbles underneath us. This is really pretty.
This is very
music.
dramatic. Yeah.
No, this is great. Imagine that tower epically crumbling, Lord of the Rings style in slow motion, then, you know, that's what you should have been doing. Go back and do it now. All right. Because, beautiful.
Nerd! We did it! Look, nerd, we did it!
And now we're falling in oblivion again. Excellent.
I love it!
We're falling through the starry void together. The realms of the Arcana spread out below us, glimmering like jewels in the dark. Quick, let's count them. A colorful oasis sings out to me, radiating a familiar energy.
Hey,
that's where Astra was
going, yeah!
Did he erase that part of our memory, or do we get to remember that part? I don't know how far back he erased from the prologue.
I don't know either.
Damn. The Magician's Realm. With the last of my strength, I reach out for the Magician's Realm, and it rushes up to meet us. I just pick it out of the sky like a star.
That's very convenient, isn't it? You know, like a tower is basically the door, and you get stuck in the door, and then you go, oh, look, I found my way!
Actually, you know what? It could have worked for any of the realms. I just never thought of it before. And we could burst out of it into the central hub and then load any environment we want.
Yeah, because again, that's not exactly how they work, is it? They'd all be sort of like in whatever way you perceive them.
Mm-hmm.
Especially depending on how you as a person basically decided to interact with them.
Maybe that's what Solitaire's really about, that what his deck does is creates a hub between them, whereas they were all just different parts of reality unconnected before.
It's very possible.
All right. Oh, that's it!
Oh, that's the end!
Hey!
Oh, that's excellent! Awesome!
Oh, so good. Nice. Excellent.
Nice.
Well,
so, this has been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you!
Bye!